name is Kelley, and I grew up in Edina, Minnesota. This will be my 7th year at Summerfest. My freshman year of college didn't go quite as I had anticipated. I had a lot of hard things happen to me right before I left for school. I had broken up with my first boyfriend, and I had also had to say goodbye to a lot of my friends that were going to schools all over the country. And the hardest thing of all was that my grandma, who lived with me when I was growing up, and she was more like a mom to me than a grandma, but she got very sick right before I went to school. So that made it really hard for me to want to go away from home and go to school. So I had a hard time adjusting and making friends. So I just became very depressed and very anxious about things, and I just felt like everything in my life had become out of control and I didn't know how to deal with it. So in order to deal with it, I ended up developing an eating disorder. And with that disorder, I felt like somehow I was gaining back some sort of control in my life. But obviously with that disorder, I got very sick and I lost a lot of weight and my grades slipped. And around the same time that happened, my grandma ended up passing away. And at that point, I just really lost all hope and things got a lot worse at that point. So at the end of the year, I decided to finally get some help and enrolled in a treatment center. And at this treatment center, they had a Christian group that helped with treatment. And at the group, I made a lot of new friends and I learned a lot of things. But one of the main things that I learned was that I didn't need to have control over things in my life, and that God really did have a plan for me, whether or not I could see it or not. If I could leave you with one thing, it would be to really let go of all that control you feel you need and all of those anxieties and fears, because God really does have a plan for you. And even if it's just this week, I just pray that you have the courage to do that.